today I'm going to do my long anticipated studio tour. My studio tour right now is still a work in progress, so I kind of want you to have a little bit of understanding going into it. And I thought at first maybe I wouldn't show you my whole studio, right? Maybe I would only show you the parts that show up on camera. But then I thought, well, maybe that's not really fair, right? Maybe you should get a complete idea as to what your studio is going to look like. And not just your studio, you're going to see my entire Funko Pop collection while this is going on. I mean, the collection has really gotten epic in the last couple of years. I mean, it has really grown to an epic status, and I'm excited to show it to you. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Honestly, this wall is not done. This has kind of been a work in progress for a long time. I still need 2 more shelves. I think that will complete the whole wall. I think that just 2 more of these shelves, I mean, will take up the rest of the wall. If not, there'll be a little gap, and I'll be okay with the little gap. Maybe I'll like put some comic books or something in that little gap. But this wall has honestly been a work in progress almost since day one of the start of this studio, because this studio was not always in this area. This studio was up in my bedroom very early on into the channel, but as you can see, there is some grail scattered everywhere throughout here. So I have the Jack in the Box, which was going to be the 2020, it says summer convention, but we all know that's San Diego Con, right? I mean, so that guy is kind of like hiding in there, and there's a few other just really epic pops that are hiding in there, like the Deadpools that were the Black Friday Walmart exclusives. I think 2019 is when these were Black Friday Walmart exclusives. There was 5 different ones. I thought there was only 4, so I have 4 of them, not 5. I have the Jollibee that I picked up with Adam when we did a whole like hunt together. I'll throw that up here somewhere. Y'all go check that out when you got a free minute. So I got that one there. Jollibee was always a grail for me, so I got my hands on that one. Lots and lots of just epic pops going on here, but this is not it. Let's go check out another wall. this has simply put been one extraordinary This has been one extraordinary project. I mean, I have spent a lot of time and energy trying to make this part of the studio or the collection just look something different, right? Just give it an extra flair. I don't ever want my collection to just look like I have it stacked on top of each other. I want it to look like it is displayed in such a way that shows how much I truly appreciate and like these guys, and I just want them to have this stage to let everyone know that that's what this is, that this is a collection. It is not a hoard, and there's some really awesome pops right here. I have this guy right here was from one of the first followers or channels that I've ever met when it comes to Funko. This is from Fabian Funko. I think it's Fabian Funko Pops now. I think maybe he changed his name, but this is a custom that he sent me some time back. It's a custom of me. It has diesel, it has a cup of coffee, all of that good stuff. Fabian's a really good kid. I even think now maybe he's a young man, not so much a kid anymore, but I truly appreciate the fact that he took the time to make me a pop, and that's where I house stuff like this. And then I've got some really awesome other stuff, like I have this Batmobile that I had when I was a kid. So it's Batman and Robin. It's the action figure, still has the original cape, everything still works on the car. It's a little dusty, it needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but this is still one of my favorite parts of my collection, is this guy right here. There's still lots to see. We might want to get to it, or this video is going to be really long. This pop came out of the most recent box of Fun Days. I have a struggle sometimes, and maybe I should grab the box that I have up there and say exactly what it is. But I want to say that it's the box of it's Fun Days box of fun is what I think that they called it. This is the Freddy Funko with Marty McFly. You all know that this one shot way up in value. This is probably my highest priced pop at this moment in my collection. I don't really have a lot of pops in my collection that are worth a lot of money. They normally get up to around the 200s, and that's kind of where my pops stay for the most part. I haven't really had that pop that just hit way up there yet. I say yet because, you know, it's only a matter of time before that happens, right? And then I seen this kind of hanging out in the background, and I thought maybe we should talk about this one as well. This is going to be my theatrical Darth Vader helmet that I picked up from a costume shop that that rents costumes, and I was in there, and they had just got a shipment of some new of the Darth Vader helmets, because this one was in such bad shape. And I mean, it truly is in some pretty bad shape. You can see how many times they've glued it back together. You can barely see through the eyes, but they sold me this one for $5, and I mean, for $5 I couldn't turn it down. If I had to take the eyes out and somehow replace them, I just could not turn that one down for $5, and I think maybe this was the start, or this is going to be the start of some helmets in my life, because now I need the Mandalorian, I need a Stormtrooper, I need some helmets in my life now. Now this is the side of the studio that you rarely get to see, right? This is the side that when I'm doing my lives, you get to see the mic and you get to see this side, but you rarely get to see kind of what's going on, right? I have lighting here, I have lighting there. I learned very early on that your video quality was only as good as your lighting, and people only watched if you had good sound. So there's certain things that you have to work on right off the start that I started working on because I recognized that they were just shit. I mean, I started this channel by putting my phone on a shelf with no mic, with no lighting, and then I went to this construction lighting that was also as awkward as not having any lighting, and this is kind of where I'm at now. This is where I take pictures. This is where I do my lives. This is kind of where the magic happens on Instagram. All kind of happens right here when it comes to the Instagram. The magic happens in Instagram right here. All of that back there still needs to be finished, and at some point, I promise coming up in the near future, I'm going to get that finished, and then I'll do maybe another video on what that looks like. But I have some ideas on what that's going to look like, and just some stuff that might be going there. So make sure you stay tuned for that one as well. Now, we're about to get into the rest of the tour where you see on YouTube, right? I mean, so I have just one space dedicated to my YouTube videos, and then I kind of have this space dedicated to my lives and Instagram, and maybe at some point they'll start to like mesh together. I guess they kind of already do mesh together. This has just been an awesome journey, and let me say thank you before we go any further, and just tell y'all that I love and appreciate every single one of you. Every time you tune in, every time you throw a comment, every time you hit that like button, every time you share my content with a family member, a friend member, a coworker, just while you're out somewhere and you're looking at pops and somebody else is looking at them, and you make reference to this channel, just know I appreciate you. Now let's go check out the rest of this studio before I get all up in my feelings. I promised you that this would be an unplugged look at the studio. You're getting a look that no one has ever gotten to see before. This is the complete collection, behind the scenes, everything that happens from the lighting to the stuff that's hanging from the ceiling to the internet cables to everything. You are getting the complete tour. This was going to be the unfiltered version of me that I wanted you to see. I want you to see everything that goes in behind this, so that you can have a little bit more appreciation for it as well, because I think all too often that we just see the glitz and glamour and we don't get to actually see the behind the scenes stuff. So I am really excited to show you this side of everything that's going on, and I hope so far that you've enjoyed what you're watching. Now some of this we're about to get into where I do the custom work, because I have this little area where I just do mess with customs and paintings and stuff like that. And if you don't know, I am an artist. I'm going to show off a few of my paintings and a little bit of this wall, and I'm even going to take you into the bathroom just so that you get a view of that as well, right? What are we waiting on? Let's get into the rest of the video. So I had to throw that bathroom in there. Now this is where any custom that I do takes place. It all kind of happens right here, and a lot of my paintings happen right here as well. I mean, I have some of them kind of just sitting back here on the wall, and then I just showed you some that were kind of hanging out on the floor. And this is, I guess, just kind of my creative space when it comes to paints and colors and artwork and things of that effect. But I've been working on this guy, and I've been working on him for a while, and he's just about complete. This one is one of them that I'm going to give away for my birthday. I know all of y'all know that every year I give away a pop for my birthday, and it's always a custom pop. It's always going to be a custom pop. So make sure you're tuning in to find out exactly how you're going to win this guy. It's going to be coming up here real soon. I absolutely promise you. And I had to throw that bathroom in there real quick. I mean, I just had to. Now, honestly, there is some more pops spread throughout the house. So I had the Christmas village out. You didn't even get to see my sodas. I have a pretty large soda collection, but right now it's currently being stored in Tupperwares because we had to take my sodas out to make room for the Santas. So that's currently being covered up at this moment. And then I have a whole sneaker collection that a lot of you guys have no clue that I collect sneakers as well. And I'm thinking that maybe that corner of the studio is going to become my sneaker collection, and maybe that's going to be either an added addition to this channel, or maybe even it's going to be a completely another channel all on its own. I don't know. I guess that's something that I'm going to have to come up with here soon and figure out. But hey, look, make sure that you're tuning in to figure out how you're going to win this guy, because I'm going to get finished with him real soon. I'm going to make a video. We're going to give him away for my birthday. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to give these custom pops away for my birthday, and I'll make sure that I sign it, and I'll sign the box and all of that good stuff, so you will always know that you got it from me, or maybe you'll know. I don't know. Hopefully it's something that you'll appreciate as much as I do. Before we get out of here though, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. There is No Wayneko crew without you, and I appreciate you watching, especially when I'm a little under the weather. Until next time, guys, have a good one. Come on, let's go. Good boy. Good boy. Bam. COVID round 2. This one's kicking the shit out of me.